morning, students. Welcome back to our next chemistry class of class 6. In our previous class, we discussed some portion of your lesson, that is separation of substances, about the first method of separation, that is separation of solid-solid mixture. Today we will discuss remaining part of this chapter. At first we will discuss about the next method of separation of some mixture, which are as follows. Now when we discuss about separation of insoluble solid and liquid mixture, we follow some processes. These are sedimentation and decantation, loading and filtration. Now what is sedimentation and decantation? By this process of sedimentation, in insoluble substances which are heavier than the liquid can be separated. That is, settle down of heavier insoluble particles at the bottom of a liquid is called sedimentation. On the other hand, a pouring out a clear liquid from a vessel after sedimentation without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. For example, a mixture of sand and water, the heavier sand particles settle down at the bottom of the vessel. That is called sediment. Now, our next process of separation is loading. The process of increasing the rate of sedimentation in a suspension by adding some chemicals like alum, etc. to it is called loading. As for example, by adding alum to separate easily settle down the heavier clay particle from the mixture of clay and water. After that, our next process is filtration. Filtration is the process of separating insoluble substances from a liquid using a filter is called filtration. In filtration, a special paper that is called filter paper is used, which contain millions of tiny holes. But these holes we cannot see in naked eyes because these are too small. Filter paper is used when we need a fine filter. After filtration, a clear liquid obtained is called filtrate. When we using filter paper, by the process of filtration, we can two part of this filtrate. One is filtrate and other is residue. Now we see the clear liquid which obtained is called filtrate and the remain which obtained on the filter paper is called residue. In our everyday life, we use in this process filtration to purify drinking water. Now students, our next method of separation for soluble solid and liquid mixture. This method is followed by evaporation. This process evaporation of changing of liquid into its vapor on heating is called evaporation. That is, in this process a liquid change into its vapor on heating. In this way we can separate soluble solid and liquid from the mixture. Generally common salt is produced using this process in a large scale. After that, next separation method is liquid from solid liquid mixture. This process is followed by these two methods. One is condensation and other is distillation. Now, what is condensation? It is a process in which changing vapor into its liquid state on cooling is called condensation. Next process is distillation. To separate pure liquid from the solution by using Liebig condenser, we can use this process. Now, our last separation method for immiscible liquid from liquid-liquid mixture. When two liquids are immiscible, they can be separated through this method using separating funnel. Here, immiscible means when two liquids does not mix to each other. As for example, kerosene and water mixture. When we separate kerosene and water mixture from a liquid-liquid mixture, we use the separating funnel. Now, we can conclude that many mixture of a different types can be separated by using more than one process. Now students, our last discussion matter is solution, which is the last part of this chapter, that is solution. That has two parts, one is solute and other is solvent. And solution are of two types, one is saturated solution and the other is unsaturated solution. When a substance dissolves in water or any other liquid to form a solution. In solution, solute dissolve in solvent. Now what is solvent and what is solute? Solute. The substance that dissolves is called solute. And on the other hand, the substance in which the solute is dissolved is called solvent. As for example, sugar dissolve in water to form sugar solution. Here, sugar can act as a solute, whereas water can perform as a solvent. Now we discuss about saturated and unsaturated solution. Saturated solution. Saturated solution is a solution in which no more substance can be dissolved at a given temperature. And unsaturated solution is its vice versa. Now students, we see that water can dissolve many substances like sugar, salt, etc. Thus, it is termed as universal solvent. At last, we know about solubility. The extent to which a substance gets dissolved in a liquid is called solubility. So, our final conclusion is that the solubility of a solid substance in liquid increases with rise in temperature and vice versa. And for gases dissolve in water to small extent, but their solubility gets affected by change in their temperature and pressure. So students, we completely finished our first lesson, separation of substances. So thank you. Have a good day.